What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Ikram TV. I'm not carrying my mic, so you have to deal with a little bit of trouble. So yesterday, coming back home late at night, and I'm like getting my stuff from the car, just about to go home, and all of a sudden I hear this sort of like a bang. So happens to be the woman who was walking her dog, and then tripped over because of whatever, and then fell over onto the cars and this and that. And I'm like, how do you even manage to do that? Like, you're on the phone, you're walking the dog, now you trip over, hurt yourself. I'm like, do one thing properly, that's it. All right, so I'm like, okay, good. Then I rushed to help her, being the kind, gentle, helpful man that I am. So I'm like, okay, let's go help her out. I try to pick her up and can't pick her up because she's like, oh, you know, it's hurting and this and that. I'm like, okay, relax, breathe, everything's gonna be all right. Then I'm trying to pick her up with her hands, and she's like, oh, no. And I try to grab her wrist, and she's like, oh, no, don't grab the wrist because I have stitches on my wrist. I'm like, stitches? What did you do? She's like, I tried to commit suicide. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm like, okay, anyway, I'll pick her up and this and that. And I'm like, I really don't understand the people who are committing suicide and all of that. Okay, yeah, well, look, as a human, you are blessed with everything that you could possibly have. I wake up every morning being thankful to Allah, saying that, thank you for waking me up another day, Allah, and giving me this 1,440 minutes so I can go ahead and make life better for me and the people around me, you know, and go from there. Every day is a blessing. How can people just throw it away and commit suicide? Like, why? What's wrong with you guys? You know? Hey, okay. Out of all the place in this big yard, the only place you want to be is on my nuts. Stop it. Okay, so I'm like, why throw it away? And there's a saying, right? You never see a motorcycle parked outside a psychiatrist's office. The reason for that saying is because people who genuinely ride motorcycles don't really get upset or sad, depressed. They don't go, there is no depression in a biker's life, because no matter what's going on in your life, you ride that motorcycle, put that fun between your legs, and you forget about it. It's gone, it's over with, we're gonna deal with it later, you know, and it's put it to the side and eventually fades away like all the other cars and everything in the distance, you know, just gone. I think your breathing is gonna be more on the video than my talking. Come on, I'm here. Okay, so I'm like, okay, look, in this modern world, you're blessed with everything that you can possibly have. Everything is on your fingertips. It is the most best time you can live, and you're complaining about whatever bullshit and trying to end the blessing of a life that you have? Come on. Just imagine what your ancestors had to go through. They probably went without food for so many days, you know, and they went for wars, battles, got invaded, got penetrated by other people whom they didn't want, all of that nonsense, and you're gonna throw it away just because you're not happy? Shut up, man up, or woman up. All right, let's see how that goes, right? It's a